Many of you want to know a simple step-by-step guide for performing daily puja at your home. In this video, I'll show you a simple Nitya Puja that can be completed in about 10 minutes. I'll explain you what to do, why each step is done, what is essential and what can be simplified. And towards the end, I will also show you a 5-minute version for days when you genuinely do not have enough time. You don't need the elaborate setup or difficult Sanskrit mantras. So let us begin. For this simple daily puja, keep the photo or murti of the god you normally worship. You will need one deepam with oil or ghee and a cotton wick, a small cup of clean water, a little sandal paste if available, fresh flowers or suitable leaves, incense if you use it, and something simple for naivedyam. A banana or any other fruit is enough. You can also offer milk or a small portion of suitable freshly prepared food from your home. You may additionally keep kumkum, turmeric, akshata and a puja bell if these are normally used in your family. You do not need a kalasham for this simple daily puja. You also do not need to perform abhishekam every day unless that is already part of your family or sampradaya practice. Traditional Hindu puja can be very elaborate, but daily household worship can be kept simple. The purpose of this guide is to retain the essential structure of puja in a form that can actually be performed every day. Whenever possible, begin your daily puja after bathing and wearing clean clothes. Then prepare the puja space. Remove dried flowers from the previous day. Clean the lamp and vessels if necessary. Wash your hands. Arrange the flowers, sandal, incense, water and naivedyam before you begin. Cleanliness is an important part of puja because both the worshipper and the space are prepared before approaching God. It also creates a clear transition from ordinary household activity into worship. The puja space does not need to be elaborate. It only needs to be clean, orderly and treated with respect. Old flowers should not be allowed to keep accumulating. Once they have dried, remove them. Where practical, flowers and leaves can be returned to soil or composted respectfully. Now sit comfortably before the puja space. Fold your hands and remain still for a few moments. Before we begin offering physical items, bring your attention towards God. Puja is not only a sequence performed with the hands. The mind also has to participate. These few quiet moments help shift the mind away from the ordinary activity and towards worship. You do not need to force the mind to become completely blank. Simply look at the God you are about to worship and become mentally present. Traditionally, Achamanam is performed before Sankalpam as part of purification before worship. Achamanam involves ritually sipping small quantities of clean water with prescribed mantras. The exact procedure can differ according to family and sampradaya. So if you have already been taught the Achamanam followed in your tradition, perform it now. If you have not been taught it, keep your hands clean and proceed with this simple puja. You do not need to learn an unfamiliar Achamanam procedure simply to begin daily worship. As you learn more, you can add the traditional preliminary practices followed in your own family. Now light the deepam and place it safely before God. The lamp is one of the central elements of Hindu worship. Light removes physical darkness and symbolically it represents knowledge removing ignorance. Lighting the deepam also marks the beginning of the puja. Until this point, we were preparing. Once a lamp is lit, the worship has begun. Allow the deepam to remain burning throughout the puja if it is safe to do so. Before beginning the main worship, remember Ganesha. You do not need to perform a separate elaborate Ganesha puja. Fold your hands and say Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. You can repeat it 3 times. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Shri Ganeshaya Namaha. Ganesha is traditionally remembered at the beginning of sacred activities. He is worshipped as Vigneshwara, the remover of obstacles. So at this stage, we simply pray that the puja may proceed without obstacles and that the mind remains steady. Now take a flower, or a few grains of akshata in your hand. We will take a simple Sankalpam. You can say, I am performing this daily puja with devotion. May this worship be accepted. Please guide my thoughts, words, and actions towards Dharma and bless my family and all beings with well-being and peace. Then offer the flower or akshata before God. Sankalpam means intention or resolve. In fuller traditional pujas, Sankalpam can include the time, place, tithi, nakshatra, gotra, and the purpose of the worship. For a simple daily puja, we preserve the essential idea without making the procedure difficult. We consciously state, this is a worship I am now beginning. That intention prevents the ritual from becoming purely mechanical. Now look carefully at the form of the god you are worshipping. Observe the face, posture, and form for a few moments. Then close your eyes and remember that same form in your mind. This is Dhyanam. If you know a traditional Dhyana sloka for your Ishta Devata, chant it now. If you do not, simply repeat God's name. For Shiva, Om Namah Shivaya. For Vishnu, Om Namo Narayanaya. For Venkateswara, Om Namo Venkateshaya. For Lakshmi, Shri Mahalakshmi Namaha. For Durga, Shri Durgaye Namaha. For Rama, Shri Ramaya Namaha. For Krishna, Shri Krishnaya Namaha. For Hanuman, Shri Hanumate Namaha. Dhyanam connects external worship with internal remembrance. Before offering sandal, flowers, or food, we first bring the mind towards the form of God. If there are many gods in your puja room, you do not need to perform a separate full puja to every photo or murti. Offer your worship respectfully to all the gods present and give your main attention to your Ishta Devata, Kula Devata, or the god your family normally worships. Traditional puja can be performed with 5, 10, 16 or even more upacharas. The familiar Shodashopachara puja uses 16 forms of respectful offering. The idea behind these offerings is actually very simple. God is treated as an honored presence. A seat is offered, water is offered, fragrance is offered, flowers are offered, light is offered, food is offered. Many of the upacharas resemble the way an honored guest would traditionally be received. For a simple daily household puja, we can preserve the same principle through 5 basic offerings: Gandha, fragrance; Pushpa, flowers; Dhupa, incense; Deepa, light; Naivedya, food. These are 5 familiar Panchopacharas. If you normally use a puja bell, keep it beside you. It may be used during the offerings, especially during Deepa and Harati, according to your family practice. First, offer Gandha. Take a small amount of sandal paste. If your family normally applies sandal directly to the murti, apply it appropriately. If you are worshipping a framed photograph, simply place a sandal offering before it. Repeat God's name as you make the offering. Gandha means fragrance. Fragrance has traditionally been part of receiving and honoring someone respectfully. In puja, sandal is offered as one of the upacharas to God. Sandal also has a cooling quality, which is one reason it is used so widely in Hindu worship. A small amount is enough. If sandal is not available on a particular day, continue the puja with the other offerings. Now offer a fresh flower at God's feet. One flower is sufficient. If your family traditionally offers particular leaves to the god you worship, you may offer those instead of or along with the flower. Repeat God's name as you make the offering. Flowers represent freshness, beauty, and purity. They are offered as an expression of devotion and respect. The offering is not measured by quantity. You do not need a garland every morning. A single flower offered carefully is enough for a simple daily puja. And if flowers are not available on a particular day, continue with the other offerings. Do not skip the entire puja just because one item is missing. Now offer dhupa. Light the incense. Gently show it before God and place it safely in its holder. Repeat God's name. If ringing the bell during the offering is part of your family practice, you may ring it gently here. Dhupa is an offering of fragrance through incense. Its fragrance spreads through the worship space and helps create a pleasant atmosphere around the puja. If incense causes allergies, breathing difficulty, or is unsuitable for your home, simply skip it. it. The rest of the puja can continue normally. Now formally offer the deepa. If the lamp is small and safe to lift, gently show the flame before God. If it is not safe to move, leave it in place and fold your hands. Repeat God's name. If you normally use a bell during worship, you may ring it gently while offering the deepa. We already lit the lamp at the beginning. Here, the same light is formally offered as one of the upacharas. Deepa represents illumination. Just as physical light allows us to see clearly, spiritual knowledge removes ignorance and confusion. This is why light occupies such an important place in Hindu worship. A bell is not compulsory for the simple puja. If your family uses one, use it. If not, the absence of a bell does not prevent the worship. Now offer naivedyam. This can be very simple. You can offer a banana, another fruit, milk, or a small portion of suitable freshly prepared food from your home. If your family follows particular rules about what may be offered to the god you worship, continue those rules. The food should be kept aside for God before anyone has eaten from it. Place the naivedyam before God. Keep a small cup of clean drinking water beside it. Fold your hands and say, Naivedyam samarpayami, or simply say, I offer this food to you. Leave the naivedyam before God while you continue the remaining steps. Naivedyam is not simply placing food in front of a murti. Food sustains our life. Before eating, we first acknowledge that what nourishes us has reached us through many causes beyond our individual effort. The earth, rain, sunlight, cultivation, labor, preparation, and our own ability to receive the food all come together. By first offering the food to God, eating becomes an act of gratitude. This is why offering food before the family eats has such an important place in household worship. You do not need to leave the naivedyam before God for hours. Keep it there while you complete your prayer and concluding steps. After the puja, receive it as prasad. Now offer the clean drinking water kept beside the naivedyam. You can say Jalam samarpayami. Water naturally accompanies food. Again, the structure of puja reflects respectful hospitality. When we offer food to an honored presence, we also offer water. This helps us understand that the upacharas are not random ritual actions. They are expressions of honor and care. Now spend a few minutes in japa or prayer. You can chant the mantra of your Ishta Devata. You can recite one short stotram. You can read a verse from the Bhagavad Gita or simply repeat God's name. You do not need many different prayers. If you know only one mantra, repeat that one mantra with attention. The earlier parts of the puja use external offerings. Flowers are offered, fragrance is offered, light is offered, food is offered. Japa brings the worship inward. Now the offering is your attention. Every time the mind wanders, the mantra or name brings it back towards God. Even a few minutes of attentive japa can therefore become one of the most important parts of daily puja. After japa, you can pray directly in your own language. Thank God for what you already have. Pray for your family. Ask for clarity in your decisions. Ask for strength in difficult circumstances. Pray for someone who is unwell and pray for the well-being of others. Your personal prayer does not need to be in Sanskrit. Traditional mantras have their own importance, but personal prayer allows you to bring your actual life before God. It also prevents puja from becoming only a memorized sequence of actions. Now perform the arati. You can use a small lamp or camphor according to your family practice. Show the flame before God in clockwise circles. If you use a puja bell, ring it gently while performing arati. You may sing the arati traditionally used in your home or simply repeat God's name. Then receive the arati respectfully. Arati brings the worship towards its conclusion. The light that has been offered before God is then received by the worshipper. We bring our hands towards the flame and then towards our eyes or head as a gesture of receiving that sacred light. Different families may perform arati slightly differently. Where you have an established family practice, follow it. Now take one flower or a few petals, hold them between your folded hands, offer them at God's feet. This concluding Pushpanjali gathers the worship into one final offering. After making several different upacharas, we end once again with something very simple: a flower, folded hands, and devotion. The value of the offering does not depend on its cost. Now ask forgiveness for any mistakes made during the puja. You can say, if I have made any mistakes in this puja, knowingly or unknowingly, please forgive me and accept this worship. Shama Pratana is an important conclusion. A mantra may be pronounced incorrectly, a step may be forgotten, attention may wander. If you notice a mistake and can correct it easily, correct it. If not, ask forgiveness. Learn and continue your daily worship. The purpose of learning the procedure is to become more careful over time. It is not to become so afraid of mistakes that you stop performing puja. Now perform namaskaram in the manner normally followed in your family. Bow before God and remain there quietly for a few moments. Namaskaram is a final physical expression of humility. Throughout the puja, we have offered different things: fragrance, flowers, light, food, prayer. At the end, we bow ourselves. With this, the daily puja is complete. The Naivedyam can now be received as prasad and shared with your family. The food may look exactly the same as it did before the offering, but its meaning has changed. It was first offered to God and is now received back with gratitude. This is why prasad is received respectfully rather than treated simply as ordinary food. Here is a complete sequence once again. Prepare yourself and clean the puja space. If you have been taught Achamanam, perform it. Light the deepam, remember Ganesha, take Sankalpam, perform Dhyanam, offer Gandha, offer Pushpa, offer Dhupa, offer Deepa, offer Naivedyam and water. Spend a few minutes in japa or prayer. Perform Arati, offer Pushpanjali, ask forgiveness through Shama Pratana, perform Namaskaram and receive prasad. Once the sequence becomes familiar, the simple daily puja can comfortably be completed in around 10 minutes. If you genuinely cannot perform the full puja on a particular day, follow the shorter version. Light the deepam, fold your hands and remember God, repeat God's name, offer one flower if available, offer a fruit or clean water, spend 1 minute in prayer, ask forgiveness for any mistakes, perform namaskaram. That is a 5-minute version. It is not meant to replace your regular puja simply because it is faster. It is a practical option for days when travel, illness, work, or another genuine circumstance makes the full procedure difficult. Once normal circumstances return to your regular daily puja. Quick questions. Do I need to know Sanskrit? No. If you know the traditional mantras correctly, use them. If you do not, repeat God's name and pray in your own language. A lack of Sanskrit knowledge should not stop someone from beginning simple daily household worship. Should I bathe before puja? Yes. The traditional daily practice is to bathe, wear clean clothes and then perform puja. What time should I do puja? Morning after bathing is generally suitable for daily worship. If your family follows a specific traditional timing, continue that practice. Otherwise, choose a regular time that you can maintain consistently. What if I miss the morning? If unavoidable circumstances make you miss your usual morning puja, pray when you are able and return to your regular routine the next day. An occasional disruption should not become a reason to abandon the practice. A simple Nitya Puja does not need to be elaborate. The purpose is to establish a regular daily act of worship in which the body, speech and mind all participate. The hands make the offerings, the voice chants the name of God, and the mind remembers the form of God. The upacharas teach us to approach God with respect. Japa brings the attention inward. Naivedyam teaches gratitude. Namaskaram teaches humility. As you learn more, you can gradually add Achamanam, fuller upacharas and other practices followed in your family or sampradaya. But this simple procedure is enough to establish a meaningful daily practice. I hope this guide helps you perform your daily puja correctly and simply. Save this video and follow the steps until the sequence becomes familiar. And if you have any further questions, drop in the comments below.